One of the most useful new Canva features was a little overshadowed by the big AI announcements at Canva Create recently. I'm talking about a way to turn any element or group of elements you've already designed into a reusable linked block. One that when you update the original, you can push that change out to every copy across all your designs, rather than having to go through and update each one manually. These are what they're calling Canva Components. And today we're going to look at what they are, how to create and use them, how the update process works, and if you stick around till the end, I will share a really surprising discovery I made about how you can use these to streamline your video workflow too. So a component is essentially a reusable, linked version of a design element or a group of elements. You take something you use often, like a call to action or a logo and a tagline, and you tell Canva this is the source. And from there you can place copies of that, called instances, into any design. The key bit is that the instances stay connected to the original, so when you edit the source, you can push that update to every instance. You're creating one source of truth, not making the same change manually across every design. There are two types of components: a document component, which lives within a single design file. So that's particularly useful if you've got the same element or footer or something like that on multiple pages of a document or presentation. Then there's a brand component, which does the same thing, but it's saved to your brand kit. So that means it's available across everything you design in Canva. One thing to flag is that components are a Canva Pro feature, but if you're on a free plan and you want to try them, there's a link in the description to access a free trial of Canva Pro. Okay, so a quick tip is to add a new asset category to your brand kit and call it Components. And I would do this before you create your first component. It will just save you time later. Now we're going to find out elements or group of elements that we use over and over. It doesn't matter which design it's in. So I've got this branded call to action element that I use to end some of my carousels, and I'm going to use that. Now we just select the elements you want to save as a component. So either click on each one while holding Shift to multiple select, or just click and drag around them to select them all. Now right-click or use the three-dot menu in the floating toolbar, and you'll see a new Create Component option. A dialog box will pop up asking you to name it. And of course, as with everything in Canva, make sure you give it a name that makes sense to you and will make it easier to find later on. You'll also see there's a checkbox that says Save to Brand Kit. Now by default it's unchecked, which gives you a document component, instances contained to this document or design. But if you check it, you create a brand component, and the dialog expands to let you choose your brand kit and the asset category, which is why we set up the component category earlier on. Once you're happy with those selections, just hit Create. Now, when you click on it, you'll see a small label above the element showing the component name and a source link. That's how you know it's now an instance of a component rather than just a regular element. Now, once you've done that, when you are in any design, just head to the left sidebar, go to your brand kit, and find your Components category. Your component will be there, ready to just drag into any design. And once it's in a Canva design, it behaves like a regular element, so you can resize it, reposition it, do what you need. The key difference is that it's still connected to the source. This is the part that makes components so worth using. There are two ways to get into the editing space for your component. Option 1, just click on any instance in your design and click the source link in that label above it. Option 2, go to your brand kit, find the component, and just click the three-dot menu and choose Edit Component. Either way, it opens in its own space, and you'll see there's a kind of dot grid background, which is Canva's way of showing you that you're editing the source, not something in a design. Then you can just make your changes or updates and click Publish Updates. Now this is what's really clever. Canva does not automatically update everything everywhere. You are in complete control. What happens instead is that designs containing instances will show a small little update indicator on the element. So you can click it and you'll see update that one instance for just one, or update all instances for every copy of that within that design. It is restricted to one design file at a time, but you can update all the instances in that file in one click. A few useful things to know. First of all, if you've resized a specific instance of a component, those adjustments stay when you sync or update. The customizations aren't reset or removed. To detach a component or to break the link with that source in your brand kit, just right-click any instance and choose Detach, and that severs that kind of link. It's worth noting that you can't undo that once you've done it, but of course you can always just drop in a fresh linked instance from your brand kit. And if you want to delete a brand component itself, you just go to your homepage, your brand hub, and then just click Delete from inside the brand kit options. Existing instances automatically just become document components, so nothing disappears or anything like that, they just lose the connection to the source because it's no longer there. Now, before I share that video workflow discovery that I teased at the beginning, if you enjoy these tutorials and you'd like to learn how to use Canva with calm and confidence, my fully updated course, Canva OS, is opening for enrollment in just under 2 weeks for the first time this year. It's been fully re-recorded and expanded at the beginning of the year, and I'll also be announcing some really nice new bonuses for this launch especially. So if you'd like to know more, there is a link in the description and on the screen right now to join the waitlist for the early bird pricing. Okay, so that's basically everything you need to know to get started using Canva Components. A reusable, linked system for the design elements that you use over and over. And if you've stuck with me, here's the discovery I mentioned that I'm actually really excited about. So here is this lower third that I created in a previous tutorial with animations and timing. Now, if you create a component from something like this, which is inside a video design and it has timings and animations set up, and then you drop an instance of that component into a new video design, initially the animations don't appear to come with it. But here's the trick I discovered. If you detach it from the source once it's in that new video, the animations and timings are still there. They just needed the connection to be broken to show up. So yes, you lose the link to the original component, so you can't update like that. But what you gain is something that works like a pre-timed, pre-animated group of elements that you can drop into any video design, just detach, and it's ready to go. Professional editors always have a library of pre-animated elements to pull from and speed up the way they work. This could be your version of that. And of course, there are plenty of other places where components could quietly make your life much easier, like a biography section with your updated biography and headshot, ready to drop into any design, or a testimonial card layout that you can then just refresh everywhere the moment you update it and add new testimonials, or a pricing block for your sales pages, or a subscribe and call to action frame for your videos and social posts, even an email signature that you use in all of your emails designed in Canva. Anything that you're rebuilding the same thing more than once or twice, that's where you should make it a component. So next time you're designing something in Canva, consider where this could make your life easier the next time you're creating something similar. That's it for today, folks. I really hope you found this interesting. Have a fabulous week, and please be kind to each other.